It all started with me asking the internet a very simple question. Where is the best meal you've had in San Diego? And the boy who ate San Diego was born. In this series, you'll come along with me and my friends to experience the best of San Diego food. I hope. Some of y'all got suspect taste. It's gonna be fun. Trust me. Come on, let's eat.
Where is the best slice of pizza and the best burger? That is a rough question in any town, and San Diego is no different because we have a lot of contenders for both of those. But tonight, I'm going to take you to one of my favorite spots for both. If you're looking for a solid slice of New York-style pizza and a burger that I am borderline obsessed with, let's head to the North Park neighborhood of San Diego for The Friendly.
Now, The Friendly, by their own admission, is a pizzeria. But while The Friendly definitely has like an East Coast pizzeria burger joint feel to it, it's more than that. It is an experience. There's always a line. There's almost no seating inside. This is not your traditional sit-down restaurant. And I kind of love that. Part of the experience is basically like everyone getting their food and then going outside under the white hot fluorescent light right outside of The Friendly to eat our stuff and talk about our day. There is also a definitive style and attitude about The Friendly, and the names of the pizza slices are reflected in that, like the one I got, which is called the Green Thumb. Garlic, spinach, red bell pepper, mushrooms, red onion, and artichoke hearts. Really tender crust. It's basically New York style with the more thin, chewy crust, and the artichoke hearts were bringing just enough tang to the party that it didn't completely overwhelm it, wasn't overly sauced, there was a good amount of toppings on that. Very solid slice of pizza. I've been to The Friendly before, and my actual favorite slice of their pizza is called the Becky. White pizza, mushrooms, and ricotta cheese. I can't with these names. So instead, I ordered a slice of the Caine Italian job, not the Marky Mark version. Yes, that is actually the full name of the slice of pizza, and I'm a little obsessed with it. White pizza, ricotta, garlic, sausage, and red bell pepper. And one of the reasons I enjoy this Italian slice of pizza is because it does not contain the one thing I, as an Italian, really hate, which is pepperoni. I know, I'm weird. I'm an Italian who doesn't like pepperoni. One of several ways I'm sure I'm a huge disappointment to my big Italian family. But that's another episode. The ricotta cheese was so creamy and it didn't weigh anything down. And when you get something like garlic and sausage, those are really aggressive flavors on a slice of pizza, but they played really nicely with each other on this slice. Tender, toothsome crust, not a complaint in the world. So now that I finished my 2 slices of pizza, we can get to the actual reason that I'm here, which was the burger. And they have great slices of pizza there, but the thing that I am completely obsessed with, the thing I crave all the time, is their dirty flat top cheeseburger. It's a beef patty, American cheese, butter braised onions, and garlic aioli. That's literally it. That's it. That's the burger. No modifications, no changes, no additions, no subtractions. That is the burger. There's no ketchup, no fries. I mean, seriously, no disrespect to the pizza, which is awesome, but it is all about this burger for me. It's all I can think about. I am completely obsessed. They sell so many of the dirty flat top cheeseburgers at The Friendly on 30th that it looks like an assembly line, especially when it starts lining up. They are lining these bad boys up on the grill and knocking them out, and people are running out the door with them. This is definitely not the place you want to go if you have dietary restrictions or you're gluten-free, because due to the way they actually make these burgers on the big grill, there's really no way to accommodate that. I would never in a million years order American cheese on anything, but there is just something about this burger that it works so well. It goes from like this weird yellow plasticky thing into this creamy, velvety, salty addition to the burger, which just brings so much to the party. I cannot explain it. The butter braised onions bring in this sweet, smoky element, and garlic aioli, which is one of my favorite things in the world, just adds so much richness and creaminess to it. I was so excited to find out it was garlic aioli. I didn't even care when I thought it was mayonnaise. And some folks in my party did order more than one burger, which I respect, because while 25-year-old Anthony would have tore through about 3 of these, current day Anthony can only handle about 1, which is fine. 1 is all I need. Like maybe 5 times a week, but just 1 burger at a time. Now, as far as drinks go, they do have a selection of beer at The Friendly, and I am not a beer fan, as many watchers and readers of my blog will tell you, but I brought my friends and they were able to give a good review of it. I will say the only drawback beverage-wise is that if you're not a beer drinker and you can't really drink Mexican Coke like me, your options are kind of limited to basically bottled water or Topo Chico. I also love the fact that this is one of the few legit late-night dining experiences you can have in San Diego. They closed this city early, at least for my opinion. Yes, it's crowded. Yes, it's loud. Yes, it's small. But it is, as I said, an experience, and one that I will be revisiting as many times as I get the chance.
So that was my experience at the Friendly, but now let's take it to the panel. My friends are gonna get together and hash this out, and we're making milkshakes.
We are here tonight to talk about the restaurant that we covered this week, and the place that we went to is called The Friendly. There are actually 3 locations in San Diego. The one that we went to was the one on 30th in North Park. The Friendly is a place with a lot of style and attitude, and it's definitely reflected in the pizza. Each one of their pizza slices has just a smart-ass name attached to it, which I particularly enjoy. Both Joseph and I had the Dr. Green Thumb, which was garlic, spinach, red bell pepper, mushroom, red onion, and artichoke hearts. Now, this was not my first choice because I don't usually have artichokes on pizza because it just overpowers the flavor. But for me, it was just enough of that going on. Like, was that your experience as well, or?
Yeah, so that was totally my experience with it's like everything I want on a slice. I mean, the only thing that could be better about it were mushrooms. And many more mushrooms, and lots of mushrooms, and mushroom. But that makes everything better, right? But no, I enjoyed the balance of toppings on it. The crust was a crust. It was a vessel for the delicious toppings. That's what it was. I like a little more chew and flavor in my crust, and I found that aspect to be lacking. But like. The actual topping aspect, the sauce was good, the cheese was good, like everything on the pizza was good. The crust just kind of is forgettable.
Dan and Anna, both of you ordered pizza slices that I did not see on the menu. So you had a meat lover's pizza, Dan?
So they have multiple pizzas that are always on that are not from their menu. They're just kind of staples. Like pepperoni is always there, but they don't give it a smart-ass name because it's pepperoni. Their meat lover I ordered because I kind of just looked in the case and said I'll take that because I've had most of that case at this point.
And that's the other thing. The case isn't labeled.
Yeah, the meat lover that they have is, if I remember correctly, it is sausage, pepperoni, ham. It's just like little square cuts of deli ham thrown in with the other two. But where most places, some that would be labeled meat lover is meat with some cheese and sauce on the side that you can barely taste. This is actually balanced. Like you can actually taste all the ingredients, which is nice. And it wasn't so much meat that you had enough grease dripping over your hands that you're just like swimming in it.
The one that I got was ricotta, mushroom, and pepperoni, and I looked in the case and I saw something with ricotta, and then I looked at the other things and I was like, I also like mushroom and pepperoni. So I judged by ricotta first, and then I ordered that slice.
I want to go around in the room and find out what everyone's experience was that, because one of the things I do want to talk about, or maybe we can start off this way, is that the Friendly does not allow any modifications to anything, but particularly to this burger. And I go back and forth about whether or not that is okay, because on the one hand, I would have never thought to order a burger this way, right? Like I would have never in a million years. So I'm glad that it kind of forced me into that decision. But on the other hand, there are, groups of people who dine with us in this here show that could not go because they can't eat gluten or they have dietary restrictions, and that kind of sucks that they can't partake of it.
The allergy thing, they cannot safely make that burger any other way because those onions, if you're allergic to onions, you're fucked. The onions are cooked straight on that griddle. They scrape through, but they do not deep clean that griddle between. It's part of why that burger tastes the way it does. It is a flat iron. And you can just char that thing and scrape off. But there is onion enzymes everywhere. They toast the buns on it. Everything except for the cheese. Actually, no, the cheese dribbles off the sides too. All of it touches that griddle. That griddle is
Ground
perpetually
zero for allergens.
Yeah, it's that thing of like if you're gluten free, you can't eat something off it because as much as they can be like, okay, yeah, we scraped it off. Well, like you can't guarantee they scraped all of it. What
And
if
we
your
rubbed
burger
peanut
hits
butter
that?
on it too? Because fuck
Yeah.
you.
You're going into a place that is previously it's a pizza joint. It has been a pizza joint before it was that. The burger honestly was just an addition. They just added the pizza in, or the burgers in after the fact. But I think that's why there are other locations. They have all those other burgers. But this one, that's it. And they also, knowing that space, there's no room to put more shit for making burgers. Unless they just reuse the same toppings off the pizzas. But I think it would lose the charm that space has.
Oh, they should make a pizza burger.
Or a burger
Two
pizza.
slices of pizza with a burger in between.
Absolutely not.
And this is why
I think that's exactly why they refuse modifications, because they don't want to deal with that kind of abomination.
Because an asshole like me would say,
Like-
can I get a pizza burger?
A drunk asshole
Right.
would do that.
And it is clearly, by the way, targeted towards the after bar crowd. Like,
for sure.
Like it's
Hell
the
yeah.
optimal experience is to go there at 12:30 or 1. I'm
You
sure.
go to Fall
I don't-
Brewing
yeah.
until it closes at 10, and then you stumble over to the Friendly, you eat at the Friendly, and
Get some carbs
hopefully-
in you and stumble over to
Yeah.
Polite Provisions.
yeah, and get some more alcohol, and then you call your Uber or
No,
Lyft.
the Triple Crown is just like down the block,
Oh,
the other
right.
direction. Like you continue down Adams and you do the rest of the crawl.
Or
When
air
you start at the
conditioned
other
across the
end,
street.
you
Yeah.
crawl down Adams
Or
and then you
get
hit the
laundry.
Friendly. Come on.
Triple Crown still there?
Yeah.
Triple Crown's still there.
Yeah, no, the way that you hit the Friendly is that you do a bar crawl in one direction or the other. It's not it could be your end point, but it's like your 3/4 or 2/3 of the way through stop where like, I need to carb up to keep going. We have more bars to hit and I need a burger.
I think what you like about that cheese, it's the same thing for me. Like craft singles suck, except on a cheeseburger.
I would never want it on anything, but for some reason it's amazing on this.
It's this, I think it's sodium citrate is what's in it that gives it this like extra special melting quality that makes it just on this side of a sauce.
Yes.
And it's like
It's velvety.
right. But yeah, it's not like, clotted gravy sauce.
No, it is not.
Stop trying to turn
But
me
it's
on.
similar texture, right? It's like clotted gravy, but good.
Right? That cheese
Hey,
has-
Kraft, you hear this?
Yeah.
You got your new slogan.
Yeah. I'm not quite ready to say it's the best burger in San Diego, but it's unquestionably top tier.
Okay.
It's a-
Because, well, and to walk it back to what Dan said, I was honestly surprised more than half of the people at this table said that this is drunk food. Said that this is the place you go when you're like wasted.
but-
Have you met this table?
But,
I have.
but I love that burger, and I enjoy their pizza while I'm sober. But having been at Fall until it closes, walking over and waiting in line with all the other people who are drunk from Fall, and the party atmosphere, and
It's
getting one
festive.
of those burgers, especially like they're salty. They have more salt than any burger ever should. That's fine, especially when you've been drinking. It is perfect at the end of a night.
That's my first shotgun in probably 30 years.
Yeah, I was going to say,
By the way.
when I was there, I realized I don't think I've ever shotgunned a beer.
What a beautiful segue, because part of the reason I take a lot of you, but mostly Dan, to these places is because he will drink all the beer I won't touch. The Friendly will actually take $1 off your cost if you shotgun the beer.
They have
Joe and Dan and Chris, you all did that.
Yeah, they have 3 whole beers on the menu. They never have all 3. In fact, I've never actually seen hams on
It's a
site.
lie.
It's on the hams is listed on the menu. I've never actually seen one in the establishment.
So disappointed.
But
Well, you thought it was
also-
actual ham.
No.
It's ham juice.
If you go to this place at 7 p.m. on a weeknight and you go to this place at midnight on a Saturday, you might be very well going to 2 different places because the vibe definitely changes. As was said before, you've got people, there's a bunch of bars, a lot of great food and drink are within walking distance of the Friendly. So you'll find folks that have been at the breweries, that have been to other places, that are drunk on gelato from Anne's Dry Cleaning. And, they make their way in there, and you can actually buy a round of Tecates for the staff. which is always fun, and I really enjoyed it. And that was the first time I saw Dan shotgun that Tecate, so I want to thank you for doing that again when we went back to it. But just to kind of put a bow on this, I was going to ask if you would go back and what were the highlights for you.
Yeah, definitely. I've also been there before a couple of times. I will point out that it seems that the other locations have a little bit more space for burger ingredients. And so they'll do special burgers. You can check on their Instagram for specials, and the special burgers are never at the 30th Street location. But
You get one, that's it.
right,
You
you
get
get the
your
dirty
burger,
flat
you
top. That said, the dirty flat top is great.
That's all I need.
I probably, if that was my intention was pizza, it probably wouldn't be my first choice, but it's great there. I definitely would go back. And certainly, yeah, having pre-gamed over at Fall Brewing, it's a great follow-up.
The friendly is the rabbit stew on the way to Morador. That's like what it feels like. You're on a journey. You're out for the night. You have an agenda, and in like 2/3 of the way
potatoes.
through, you need some freaking rabbit stew and some potatoes. And yeah, you don't care what kind of weird drunken gollum is next to you while you're having it. It's gonna be the best thing you've ever
But you married
had.
him.
Yeah, no, Dan's over there shotgun and the Tecate next with the kitchen staff. That's great.
I never thought I would hear a restaurant we cover on this show described in Lord of the Rings parlance. So
How long have you known us?
Don't know us.
It's true. It's true.
You don't even know us.
But anyhow, so yeah, the friendly it is perfect for what it is. I had not been to the other locations, but for this particular location, they are there to serve a purpose. They serve that purpose well. I'm real sad that we moved out of the neighborhood before the friendly showed up at the neighborhood because, oh man, we would have been there a lot. But yeah, it's beautiful. It is a beautiful burger. It is perfect. It is maybe not the best burger in the world, but it is damn good.
I very much enjoyed the one downside I would say about the pizza and the burger is I burnt my fucking mouth on both of them because I didn't wait to make for it to cool down. I'm like, yes, I know this is like a big pile of hot grease, but I'll stick it in my mouth.
You went full on Hot Pocket.
Yes, yeah. Oh, but it was delicious. I can still taste it through the seared flesh in the top of my mouth. But
blood added a nice tang.
that was not the burger. But yeah, no, everything everyone said, and I'm usually hit or miss with like any sort of like grilled or type onions on a burger, and those were perfect. And
All right, so it's a great burger. It really is.
It is.
I'm not always in the mood for that like smash type burger. But if you're gonna do it, like they did it right with the crust. Like there's a new texture to the patty, and then just the way they grill the butt. Like everything about it's great. Not great enough for me to go out of my way for. Like that's the thing. Like it's good if I'm there. If I lived in the neighborhood, I'd be there all the fucking time for the burger. Maybe if I wanted a slice, maybe I'd get it. But like, I don't know. It's like it's good if you're there. But there are places that I would go out of my way for first.
So there you have it. If you know of an incredible spot in San Diego that you think I should try, go ahead and drop me a line at theboywhoatesandiego@gmail.com, or you can hit me up on one of my socials, which will be linked to this video. We'll see you next time.